Minister, when he was Minister of Education, he was involved. He was involved in a situation where contracts were issued based on his recommendation, and he admitted it. He was.
Oh, he admitted it. Let's play that back. What?
To it. Now, Andy, our Prime Minister, when he was Minister of Education, he was involved. He was involved in a situation where contracts were issued based on his recommendation, and he admitted it. He was referred for prosecution, and the prosecutor in the Integrity Commission's office declined the prosecution, and she declined on a number of reasons. But again, you know what happened, Andy? They did not.
Hey, 4D, I appreciate that. I just need to find the right volume for it. Hold up. So, how am I doing now? How am I doing now? How is the audio now? Mic check, mic check. Oh, that probably is too loud. I see it in the red. I don't want it to be like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check,
joining
mic check, mic check.
She declined on a number of reasons. But again, you know what happened, Andy? They did not have that joining. And she declined.
4, 5, 6, 7.
And the prosecutor in the Integrity Commission's office declined the prosecution.
So how is it now? How is the audio now compared to the audio on there?
And she declined on a number of reasons. But again, you know what happened, Andy? They did not have that joining at the hips between the prosecutor and the investigator. They were working in silos, and they continue to work in silos today, even though they work for the same organization. So what happens is that investigators are working, and the prosecutor is waiting. And then when they're finished and they make a referral, then she reads it and she says, oh, I see all kinds of problems here. I can't prosecute. And then you can appeal her decision to the DPP. But we know who the DPP is. So like you're saying, there's a weakness in the system.
Yeah.
And the weakness in the system is based on the people occupying certain positions within the system. They weaken the system.
Okay, wonderful.
System can't, it's clogged up. It can't work because of these people. So he had this investigation, and I've read the report. And if I were the prosecutor, I'd prosecute him. No, what the investigators did was they interviewed him twice, and Andy, you and I know this. You don't talk to somebody until you have the answers. When you question them, you already know what they said, right? You don't give you an answer and then you come back again and then give them and you don't give them a second chance to tidy up what they left dirty in the first interview. You don't. You leave it right there. But
that's true.
But the thing is, you know, it's growing pains. It's a relatively new organization, started functioning in 2018,
right?
And it's not fully staffed. So that was the first one. Then this thing about the bank accounts now. Andy, as you mentioned, this man has more bank accounts than a lot of mid-sized businesses.
Listen to this.
He has a lot more bank. 28, and they say plus, because we don't know what he has overseas. They didn't tell us that, right? They didn't tell us that. But here is something that you'll find interesting. In addition to the 28 bank accounts, there were 4 bank accounts that the Integrity Commission said he didn't tell us about these accounts. We found them. He didn't tell us. And the 4 bank accounts, and he was on 2 accounts with his mother. He was one with his father, and he was one with a member of his constituency. When they asked him, how did your name end up on the bank account with a member of your constituency? He said, I don't know. I don't know. Yet in Jamaica, for you to be a joint account holder, you must go to the bank, you must provide ID, you must be seen, you must sign, you must do all of these things. And our Prime Minister said, I don't know. I don't know how it happened. And then the accounts with his mother, their accounts with his mother, we had millions of dollars flowing in and out.
Laundering.
Right.
Laundering.
Going in and out. So he really cannot explain.
It's really crazy. I mean, that situation is wild, bro. What's happening?
The mic.
Mike. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Would you like to learn to play worship
Here
piano?
we go with the ads.
Well, I'm a
boy.
former Nashville pro, and I've developed a system. It's made.
Mike.
Mic check.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
okay now.
They want to try shut me
Hey,
down.
Will, me and you, he said they try to shut him down. Hey, Mr. Will Rattigan, me and you had the same issue. I had to adjust my mic a while ago. Let's continue.
No. Hey, they probably. But here's the thing, Andy. To date, he has not explained to the Jamaican people what's he doing with 28 bank accounts. The 4 bank accounts that he was forced to explain. It is my humble belief and my experience that there is enough to prosecute him for the 4 bank accounts for failing to report them to the IC.
Right.
The prosecutor again decided to reject the referral, and she said, "No, I'm not going to prosecute him." And then she came up with some very, very flimsy reason. They're laughable. And then think about it: as a corruption prosecutor, you're being paid to bring cases. You're not being paid to assume what the defense is going to say.
That part.
What she said in the case with the contract, she said, "Oh, the defense could probably bring up abuse of process." And I'm like, that's not your business.
Yeah.
That's their business. Let them raise it. Why are you raising their defenses? Go to court. Go to court and prove your case. You have enough to prove your case. So the 28 bank accounts. Now here is something else, Andy. There is an institution called Barita, Barita.
Listen to this.
And our prime minister went to Barita and he got I think it's $50 million. These are all Jamaican denomination, by the way. 50 million Jamaican, which is a lot of money to a regular, any Jamaican, it's a lot of money. He got $50 million.
Facts.
So they went and the Integrity Commission said, "Okay, how did you get this money?" And he said, the company said, "Well, he put up a piece of property, he put up an insurance policy, and he put up some stocks." They went to the Prime Minister and said, "Hey, is this true?" The Prime Minister said, "Yeah. I put up all of these things." Here's what the investigation found. It was determined that the property, the stocks that he said he put up for the $50 million loan, he purchased them about 10 days after he got the money. Now, Andy, you and I would love to have that kind of deal. Where we go to a bank and we say, "Give us the money," and they said, "Where's your collateral?" And we say, "We'll give it to you in 10 days time. Don't worry about it. Give me the money and I'll give you the collateral."
Oh, that's crazy.
They found out that he bought the stocks that they claimed he put up to get the loan. He bought it after he got the money, about 10 days after. The property that he said he put up as collateral, they found out that the property was transferred as collateral 6 months after he got the money.
Come on, man.
And for the insurance policy, there was no insurance policy.
Come on.
No insurance policy.
I'm sensing organized crime. Serious organized crime.
Oh, man. Yo, y'all heard the first thing the expert said? The expert. The first thing he said is that he is sensing organized crime. Man, listen. I told y'all, man.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
I told y'all we're gonna. This man works with Interpol. I need you to go and look up Andy Marshall. The way his name is spelled in my live stream is literally the way his name is spelled. I googled this brother. He is no joke. All right. Go look his credentials up. He got mad experience in this area. You hear the first thing he said? Listening to Andrew Ona's case, and you got JLP people out here talking about, "Oh, Lord, the man. Oh, so what if the man have 28 bank account? If you have 40 and one bag of foolishness?" Corruption at its it stinks. It smells. Alright, all you gotta do is go do some real investigation. We need a man like Andy Marshall and Will Rattigan. If you have a team behind them for come to Jamaica, come clean up Jamaica. A whole heap of people that got prison. I tell you that no. Think of chattings. This thing is deep.
Serious organized crime with a net. I'm sensing organized crime here. Serious organized crime. Serious organized crime. With a network entrenched in government.
Wow. With a network entrenched in government. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Embarrassing.
We
need some milk.
What did they say?
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also guilty. That nigga is guilty.
Emotional damage.
My God.
What can go so? What can go so?
If you add to the message, Ralston, I am an officer this.
Well, finally, I want to say to the people of Jamaica, we're at a tipping point. One thing that Richard Pandora, CEO of Shepherd, said to me today, that he can't understand why everybody's so silent and why the people are so silent and I take all of this problem. And that's why I say, we want the people of Jamaica to wise up and rise up and make the man them know. So we know that we are in a crisis and we're not tolerating those things anymore.
People, no, yeah. Let's continue.
What you are sharing with me does not border on organized crime. Actually resides in the transnational organized crime spaces. There's what you call GTOC, you know, GTOC, Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime. And
few people when they in a Buckeye class, what the man has said, we're really Rattigan explain to him about Mr. Andrew Owen's situation in the IC report. The man has said it's not borderline organized crime, you know. The man said that a global GTOC, global transnational organized crime, at that in my ear from this reporter where him hear from this man. A big something, globalized transnational organized crime. Me box go for. Yo!
What can go so? What can go so?
Just hear that.
The 28 accounts plus as alleged and some of the accounts outside of Jamaica would constitute transnational organized crime. Like I said, 28 accounts. What do you do with 28 accounts? What inspires you to have 28 accounts? And why would you use the old man and the old lady's account for whatever you are doing? If you are selling cars, if you are selling spinach, if you are selling beets or the collard greens, why would you put money in the old lady's account and withdraw from the old lady's account? Who's actually the card holder of the account? Is it the old lady or is it you, the guy who's putting money, who's depositing money and withdrawing money? And what would be your purpose of holding the old lady's account? And what happens when the old lady wants to withdraw money to go buy snuff or to go buy walking stick, herself a walking stick? Are you the one who's in control of the account? Are you the one abusing the old lady's financial freedom and financial wellness, whether you provide for her or not? Is the old lady having the opportunity to do what she wants with the money? And what happens if the old lady, I'm going to make some assumptions, the old lady here is a pensioner and gets pension money from the account. When you put money into an account, big amount of money, what is government saying with regard to pensioners' accounts having millions? Is it not disqualifying the old lady from earning a pension money? I'm not sure what happens, but in our case here,
yo, you know so much question the man asks. This is somebody that is extremely experienced, you know. Continue.
If my mom was to suddenly get 200 million or 50 million or 5 million in an account, the government is going to stop a pension money from coming in because there's money that comes into accounts. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah. So this loan business, the Integrity Commission said, wait a minute, you know what? Let's find out about the stocks, right? And it just happened that some of the stocks that they're claiming they put up for collateral was from that lending institution, Berita. So they asked Berita, hey, tell us about the stocks from the Prime Minister. And they said, well, we can't tell you because he bought it on the open market. He didn't buy it directly from us. Go talk to the stock exchange. They said, fine, no problem. So they went to the stock exchange. Stock exchange said, we don't know the value. We can just tell you the amount of shares, but we can't tell you the value. We don't know the value. They continued, the Integrity Commission. I have to give them credit because I cussed them out when it's warranted. But I have to tell you, in this case, they were dogged. They went after it. You know what they found out, Andy? They found out that the money, some of the money that he's talking about that he spent to buy the stocks, that he got millions of dollars from his business partner who works in his office. Business partner works in his office. Guess what, Andy? Your business partner is in a construction company, and his partner is in charge of two of the biggest agencies in Jamaica responsible for development.
That's organized crime.
And here's what his partner did. His partner was running around making cash cardless deposits through ATM machines to the Prime Minister.
He couldn't make...
Think about that. They worked in the same space. They're business partners. But he's paying him. He doesn't give him a check. He goes around town and then he makes these deposits. And these deposits, you're not supposed to... They're cardless, so you're not supposed to find out who's making the deposits.
Well, that's organized crime. That is organized crime. For all of us and the people of Jamaica and all those who are watching this space, that's organized crime. That is a bunch of criminals. I respect the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is in the office. I respect their office, but I don't respect the individual in there. And there's nothing that forces me to respect. And by the way, is my namesake, Andrew. And as an individual, my brother can go and jump. I respect the office that he holds, not him and many other things that are happening. And I'm not being arrogant or insulting. If a man does wrong, we should say the man is doing wrong.
Come on, man.
We respect the office. He's not the first president and he's not going to be the last president. And the people of Jamaica must wait for him to leave office and then make his life very terrible.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Hey, yo, you hear what he said? He said the people of Jamaica should wait for him to leave the office and make his life terrible. Oh my God, I love this dude, man. No homo, man. Come on, man.
Emotional damage.
Let's play that back. Oh my goodness.
The office. He's not the first president and he's not going to be the last president. And the people of Jamaica must wait for him to leave office and then make his life very terrible. So that he can go and live next door in America. And I'm sure Trump is going to be pursuing individuals like that.
Oh Lord.
I never liked Trump, but having listened to him saying he's going to go to after people like Anthony Fauci and his COVID-19 nonsense, he would be going after those individuals. In fact, someone must talk to Trump to ask FBI to do an investigation because there's organized crime going on in Jamaica in the sponsored allegedly by the office of the Prime Minister, given the facts that the Integrity Commission has put up. There's organized crime. There is serious organized crime with the tentacles finding root in the office of the Prime Minister and the business partners, conflicts of interest, and many other things.
Yo, people, listen. I want you guys to understand the gravity of the situation. This man is not from Jamaica. This man is hearing the affairs of Jamaica as an international. This man deals with cybersecurity. This man is involved with all types of security agencies around the world, including Interpol. This man has been in this business for a long time. So a person like that, when you present certain information in front of them, their analysis is based off their experience. What he's hearing from the report of the Integrity Commission is serious organized crime. He's using allegedly, but deep down in his soul, in his gut, in his instincts as an investigator, he already know that this is organized crime. You heard what he said? Somebody needed to contact Trump and tell him that the FBI need to do an investigation into Jamaica. That is how confident the man is. Prudence Allen said he seems quiet, knowledgeable, and experienced. I'm trying to tell you. Yo, so, shout out to Dorma Burton. She said, I came from church 2:30 p.m. Logged into this program after sunset, and I am shocked. Man, listen. I told y'all it was going to be a good show. Man, don't keep this to yourself. Share this live stream, man. God have mercy.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
My
is
goodness.
The Prime Minister's wife is also a developer, and she's getting permits from the agency.
Yo, can you guys... I need to zoom into this man's face. Yo, when Real Rattigan just said that, I want you to look at this man's facial expression, man. Yo, this man is disgusted. Look at this.
Conflict of interest and many other things.
And here's the thing. Is the Prime Minister's wife is also a developer, and she's getting permits from the agency within his portfolio.
That's organized crime.
Yo, did you, bro? Man, I'm not making this up, man. Come on, man.
Then here's the thing.
Yo, he's incensed. He can't. He's like, yo, what are we even doing here? This is organized crime, bro. Look at his facial expression. He cannot hold back, bro. Man.
The minister's wife is also a developer, and she's getting permits from the agency.
Yo. Hey, yo. Man, oh, look at the freeze frame, man. Look at the man's face, man. Yo, he really feeling it for Jamaica right now, man. Yo, I'ma just let it, bruh.
Within his portfolio.
That's organized crime.
You know, and but it doesn't end there. It goes on and on. Here's what they also found out. They found out that he had a foundation, charitable organization.
Yeah.
And he purchased a bond for about $94,000.
Yeah.
And he used about $60-something thousand out of his own funds. And he used $30-something thousand out of the foundation to purchase the bond. The proceeds from the bond went directly to him through his company, not to the foundation. And when the bond, I think the bond had matured or they cashed it in.
Yo, I'm not the only one that is laughing right now. I want you to pay attention. Yo, they see it too. They looking at his facial expression and they see it too. The man is shocked. The man cannot believe what he's hearing as an investigator.
We about to go up on the around here if you touch my leg. It's love. Matter of fact, don't move that hand no more. Now try me. So Mike, you mean to tell me Diddy was touching on your leg while you were sitting right here on this couch?
I was trying to, but I seen him before he
did. Get the hell out of the studio.
Ainsworth Murray, subscribe to the channel.
Ainsworth, salute to you. Welcome. Hey, welcome to the, man, listen, man. Welcome to the 200 plus people that joined the family in the last 2-3 days. Salute to y'all, man. Road to 20K, okay? And remember that the Cash App is open and the PayPal link. Both of them is pinned at the top of the comment section. The name of the PayPal and the name of the Cash App if you want to, bless the platform. It is not mandatory. I'm just letting y'all know because y'all new to the platform and I got to advertise. Let's continue. But look at Mystic Sensation. Yo, look at Byron and his wife, man. Yo, this is funny, man. Look at them.
The bond. The proceeds from the bond went directly to him through his company, not to the foundation. And when the bond, I think the bond.
Yo, you know what they're reacting to? They're reacting to his reaction to what he's saying to him. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yo, this is wild, man. Andrew Onus has brought down disgrace onto the country of Jamaica. I'm talking about he needs to step aside. Like the most, listen, the most, the right thing to do is to step aside, man. Yo, look at Mystic Sensation when this man reacted.
Out of the foundation to purchase the bond. The proceeds from the bond went directly to him through his company, not to the foundation. And
all right, you see, when he held down his head, that's when they started to laugh because they know Listen, guys, this is not funny, but it is hilarious. All right, it is hilariously sad what is happening in Jamaica, and you have people defending this nonsense. Doctor of corruption. That's a new one, last one.
When the bond, I think the bond had matured or they cashed it in, the proceeds went to the prime minister, and he was using that proceeds until for about 2 or 3 years, until the integrity commission said, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. You can't commingle funds and use it and then take the proceeds. And then he pushed back the 30-something thousand dollars into the foundation. If you weren't doing something wrong, why would you just tell them, go to hell, this is what I'm doing is legal.
Exactly.
But he pushed it back over there, right? And then he tried to come up with all kinds of explanation, and the bank said, no, we don't operate that way. He's saying, oh, I did a verbal and I did this, and the bank said, no, something like this, you have to sign for it. You didn't sign. There's no, we don't do verbal with purchasing a bond and cashing in a bond. And so they said no. It gets worse. From the beginning, he started a company and saying,
man, it is everything for me to just look at Mr. Andy Marshall's reaction and Mystic Sensation at the same time.
Lucia, another Caribbean island.
God.
Yeah.
Called Admat, and he used and that he had that for quite some time. I think it was started in 2008 or somewhere around there, and they terminated it in 2020, December 2020. Now here's the thing, Andy. That company in St. Lucia was buying up high-priced property in Jamaica. Guess what? No, to this day.
Yo, Andy is literally uncomfortable at this point. Yo, he is ready to prosecute Andrew Honest and whoever might be involved with him. All right, he is ready to search and destroy. This man is pissed off. Look at this man's face, man.
Nobody knows where the money came from to start that company. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Let's throw a spanner in the works, which is what I get contracted to do. Is it possible that I'm throwing a spanner in the works? It's not you, people on the panel. It's me, the guest. Is it possible that this money came from drug lords? I'm just asking myself. Can I ask the people of Jamaica?
Oh, what? Wait, what? Did he just what? Yo. Damn! Yo, do you understand that this man just asked, is it possible that that money came from drug lords? Yo.
Emotional damage.
Yo, hey, yo.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Yo, Andrew Onus. Whose man's is Andrew Onus?
This money came from drug lords.
Hold up.
Possible that.
Listen to his disclaimer, as a matter of fact. Listen to the disclaimer that he put out.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Let's throw a spanner in the works, which is what I get contracted to do.
So he's saying, as a strategist in the area of cutting down criminality in wherever zone he works, is Interpol, country policy, whatever the case might be. His job is to think about all the possibilities, right? So he's saying, let's throw a monkey wrench in there. This is what I get paid to do. Is it possible? Is it possible? Is it possible?
Is it possible that I'm throwing a spanner in the works? It's not you, people on the panel.
So the people on the panel got nothing to do with this. BOLO V&R that's reacting to this ain't got nothing to do with this. It's all on Andy Marshall. All right? Listen to this.
It's me, the guest. Is it possible that this money came from drug lords? I'm just asking myself.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is it possible this money came from drugs lords?
Can I ask the people of Jamaica, would it be possible that drug lords were were funding these operations, the people of Jamaica. What do you think? Is it possible that drug money was involved in the purchase of those properties? I'm not saying that it's drug money. I'm just verbalizing.
Asking a question. You're just asking a question.
Yeah.
Now, my Jamaican people, I want you guys to storm up the comment section. All right, I want you to answer that question specifically. Specifically, do you think it's possible? Just asking. That's what he's doing. Just asking.
Yeah, it's a rhetoric question. I don't want an answer. People must find it in themselves.
Oh, he said it's a rhetorical question. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute.
I'm not saying that it's drug money. I'm just verbalizing.
Asking a question. You're just asking a question.
Yeah, it's a rhetoric question. I don't want an.
It is a rhetorical question. Oh my God. He has already concluded the case. This man is amazing, bro.
An answer. People must find it in themselves. But I'm just asking myself. I'm having a dialogue with myself. Is it possible that this money come from drug laws? And then I'm going to leave it out in the public.
Well, well, let me have a dialogue with myself since you're having one with yourself. Let me have a dialogue. You know, I'm just thinking that I'm trying to recall. There was a huge drug find in one of the airports.
Yes.
We have 3 international airports, and the smallest one, they had a huge drug find.
Is that the Manly Airport or something like that?
Huh?
Is that the Manly Airport or something?
No,
like
no.
that?
This one is the Ian Fleming Airport in
Oh,
Boston.
Ian Fleming. Yes,
right.
yes. The aeroplane
then,
kind of.
Right. And then we have had instances where they're finding drugs in and around the airport, several airports, but they're not catching anyone. And I seem to recall that in 2017, 2018, there was a company called Secure Report that offered the Jamaican government state-of-the-art technology to deal with these kinds of issues in and around their airports and the seaports for free. And the Jamaican government to date has not accepted that offer. Even though they went to the US government and said, we need help. And the US government said, okay, fine, here's a US company, Secure Report, use them. And Secure Report said, okay, we won't charge you, Jamaica government. We will charge all the tourists coming to Jamaica. We will put on a premium on their airline ticket. They won't feel it. Put on $5 per ticket. That's how we're going to make our money. And so that ended up being just discarded. They haven't even the Minister of National Security was briefed on it, was given the documentation, and that was the end of that. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is they just had they just concluded an investigation into the Prime Minister's association with a building not too far from where he currently lives. And here's how that investigation was started. Someone complained to the Integrity Commission. They said, Integrity Commission, the Prime Minister owns this piece of property and they are building in violation of building permits. That's one. Number 2, the Prime Minister is aware, should be aware of the fact that the building plans that they sent to the authorities is not the same building plan that they're using to build the homes. Why? The building plans sent to the authorities, the KSAMC, says that you're supposed to build 4 townhomes, 2 bedrooms per townhouse. The Integrity Commission went in October of this year, July or October, I can't remember, they went this year, and they saw what they believed to be 4 bedrooms per townhouse. 4. And they started the investigation. Now, this is where, just as how I was showering praise on the Integrity Commission, I can criticize them now, because you know what happened, Andy? When the Prime Minister got up and he said recently, I am not a shareholder in the company doing the construction or the development. I'm not a director. I'm not an owner. And when he said it, he was 100% right. He was 100% correct. When he said it a month ago or so, he was correct. But they didn't ask him, Mr. Prime Minister, when the permits were issued and when the construction started, did you have a financial interest or any kind of interest in that piece of property and the development, he would have had to say yes. You know why? Because when those things happen, he was the majority shareholder.
Oh my God.
Emotional damage. Embarrassing.
We need some milk.
So you telling me allegedly Andrew Onus at the time when these buildings were being, you know, like he said, he had an interest financially in the company? Holy donut chop. What? Let's play that back. That's got to be played back.
And ask him, Mr. Prime Minister, when the permits were issued and when the construction started, did you have a financial interest or any kind of interest in that piece of property and the development? He would have had to say yes. You know why? Because when those things happened, he was the majority shareholder. He was the majority shareholder, and they didn't ask him. And then they switched some shares around. He gave his son 1,000 shares. His business partner who works in his office developing this building, he gave the son another share. So the son ended up with 2,000 shares. The Prime Minister's sister had 2,000 shares, and the business partner had 1,000 shares. And then the Prime Minister retired his 5,000 shares.
Wow.
So the question I want to ask is, who's responsible for that 5,000 shares?
Disappear from social media and do this instead. Be richer than your friends, mastering AI tools, spending.
Yo, I know my people. I know my people ain't slow, but y'all gotta bear with me. There's people out there that you literally have to spoon feed them the information and play it back for it to really register what is being said. So when you see me play it back sometimes, it's because it's important what is being said. Man, listen.
1,000 shares unassigned right now, and we don't know how does that work. Who's in charge of that?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Is this man married in community of property?
If he's what?
Do we know if this man is married in community of property?
I don't know if Jamaica is a community property state. I don't know if that's a question you're asking. I don't, because now the wife is involved if it's community property.
Yes.
But I don't know. But she has her own set of problems, and her problems are far worse than his. Far worse than his.
The point that I'm trying to arrive at here is, if my wife, my partner in marriage, the one that I have signed in community of property or an anti-nuptial contract of marriage, if she is operating in that space and I am the overseer of government, it means my wife is benefiting, and it means I am directly benefiting because we share that money in the house. We buy food from we drink coffee that we buy from that money. So we are directly benefiting from the finances that come out of the contract. It is important that I indicate that there's once again organized crime here, and people might think that they can fool you every day. You cannot fool all the people all the time. No, that's what Bob Marley says in one of his songs. You can't fool all the people all the time. Some people, the watchers, the 5% of the world, can see that you're trying to play a nice game, but it's not. We don't all belong in the group, in the 85% grouping of the people of the world. No, we also are not a part of the 10%, because the 10% is creating the problems for the 85% of the people of Jamaica and the world, in South Africa, whatever you want to call it. We are part of the 5% that wants to make sure that there's justice and fairness, financially, economically, politically, socially, and many of those things. So I am trying to say very short. If the wife is involved and you are the overseer, you make decisions at government level as the Prime Minister, that's organized crime.
Well, you know, the question is still out there as to whether or not the wife is involved with this project. We know that she's involved with some other projects that are seriously questioned about compliance. There are some questions concerning the source of funds. But think about this. Think about this for a second, Andy. You and your wife, you're doing a project, right? You're doing a project, and the project is right down the street from where you live. It's not far. It's in the same neighborhood. And your wife is a developer. And you're going to tell me that you never once ventured over to look to see how the project is coming along, to see that they're building 4 bedrooms instead of building 2 bedrooms?
Impossible.
Impossible. I mean, how is that possible that you and your wife, you're both developers, and you're developing a piece of property, and you don't go to see that the guy who...
No, Will, you don't go there. There are plans that the wife brings home in executive case, in executive pack. And the wife would put those plans on the table to look if the specs are up to scratch, and you would be asking, what are those? And the wife would then be able to say, these are the plans. For where? Down the road. What am I seeing? Explain this to me. No, these are 4-bedroom townhouses, and you would be able, you are expected to ask this question: why 4 townhouses when the law says a certain number of the rooms in the townhouse? So there's no way in which you don't know. There's no way in which you would not know. That's the reason why I ask: is this man married in community of property? Are they living in the same house, sleeping in the same bed, drinking coffee and eating breakfast or lunch or dinner in the same dining room or something like that? If that's the case, then there's no way in which you don't know. When I'm going to buy a BMW 7 Series, I take her with me and say, do you approve of this 7 Series? Is it okay? Even if she doesn't have to approve, I would find a way to convince her. Look, the door is self-closing, the boot is doing A, B, C, D, F, G. She would definitely know that you are buying a 7 Series. I'm just making an example.
But you know what, Andy? Here's something else. The contractor, he's culpable too, because one of the things that I didn't see in the report is that they should have asked him. They questioned him, and obviously the guy's story is all over the place. What they should have said to him is that, Mr. Nesbitt, you are the contractor, eminently qualified, highly successful. You built all kinds of buildings. Please give us the blueprint that you use to build this place. Because guess what? He has to give them the blueprint, and any blueprint he gives them, it's a problem. If he gives them one that says 2 bedrooms per townhomes, then the question is, Mr. Nesbitt, why do you have 4? You said,
and he has the professional responsibility to advise.
Yes.
Yes, to advise, to say 4 rooms and not 2 rooms, or 2 rooms and not 4 rooms. He has the moral obligation as well as the professional obligation, given the license of operating that business.
No, here's something that you're gonna find really, really interesting. The permits to build expired last July, July 2023, and apparently they've been building. They've been building since the expiration of the permit. Now, guess what? The same day that the Integrity Commission brought its report to Parliament and said, we want you to table it, is the same day that they went to the authorities to say, we want you to give us a variance. We want you to extend the permit. We want you to let you know that we're building and we're not in compliance with the code. The same day. So what that tells me now is that because they have a rule in Jamaica that says a gag order. Nobody can talk about what the Integrity Commission did or didn't do until it is tabled in Parliament. No, this thing apparently, I don't know if it was tabled or not, but they went down there early in the morning. So we have to assume that somebody told them. Somebody told them that, hey, this thing is here and it's going to be tabled. And they went down and they applied for the thing. Now, what the authorities should do is just say, listen, you know what? No 4-bedroom. And then should say, you, Mr. Nesbitt, you are hereby barred from working in the construction field. And they should fine the hell out of them. Not down 2 other bedrooms and say, okay, we only have 2 bedrooms and leave it at that. But these things have been going on in Jamaica. So that is the presentation. Mystic wanted me to talk to you about the 28 bank accounts, the ADMAT, the genesis of all of this, the Westcon investigation regarding the contracts, this one regarding the permits. Our Prime Minister is, look, with all of these problems going on, guess what he did? He found time during COVID to go and withdraw all his money from SSL. He found time during COVID to form 3 companies. He found time in COVID to study for a PhD. During the height of the pandemic and the time when his primary and sole goal was to protect the nation. He's doing all of these things. All of these things.
Yeah, 2 things. There is a criminal mindset. There is also organized crime involved. The 28 bank accounts, the moving around, the building, the going on the morning of the parliamentary presentation shows organized crime mindset. And like I said, he's my namesake, but Justice and truth shall prevail. Friendship and namesakes don't count, and the people of Jamaica are entitled to justice. And I'm angry with all of you on the panel because I have just signed my own warrant not to visit Jamaica because I will be barred at the airport. They're going to say you are a persona non grata and I have you to blame. I wanted to go and enjoy my stay in Jamaica. I won't be going there because I'm not going to be allowed, all because of you. But look, it's a pain that I can endure. It's for justice. I have stood up against guns and tear gas and a gun stuck in my mouth and a trigger pulled twice in my mouth. The gun didn't go off. So barring me from the airport and sending me back home, it would be like going through the storm and looking at the storm and finding the storm giving me a round of applause for having it navigated it successfully. So long story short, there's crime that's been committed and we can't keep quiet about it. There's crime that has been committed and we can't celebrate it. There's crime that has been committed and we need to go after the DPP when she retires, and we need to go after the Prime Minister. My namesake, Druza. They call us Druza. Druza. Druza must be pursued after his office.
Emotional damage.
Bias. Druza must be stripped of all assets unless if.
Yo, you hear that? The man say Andrew Holness should be stripped of all assets. The DPP should be sought after when both of them are out of office, people. You don't feel like say a play thing are going in this? No for not talk about Ray and Tay. I wanna play down this 28 bank account thing, you can't stay there. No well thinking Jamaica now play down the 28 bank account. You remember good?
Like Assad, he makes a beeline, he runs away from the people of Jamaica and goes and lives in some banana republic. But I know in the Caribbean office, I also see here that the electoral office is located in the office of the whether it's a question whether the electoral office in Jamaica is located in the office of the Prime Minister. It wouldn't be located physically, but I'm going to make an assumption here, an allegation here, just an allegation. The building of the independent electoral office might not be in the office of the Prime Minister, but financially, we make things, we pay for these people, yeah, and then many things that we have seen that makes the building to be there, but the mindset to be in the office, in a certain office. So long story short, there's crime that has been committed and we need not shy away. We need to say there's crime that's been committed, the constitution has been violated, and many other things that are happening. And what am I suggesting? What am I suggesting? Prosecution. Now or later.
I have a question for you before I yield.
Yeah.
How many agencies are in the office of President Ramaphosa?
There's only one will.
All right, ask me the question. Ask me the question now. How many agencies?
How many agencies in Jamaica?
In the office of the Prime Minister.
People, the man don't know how many agencies in the office of the Prime Minister. You notice when you say a while ago, he's assuming that the electoral office is in the office of the Prime Minister. People, you know, say that is accurate. That's an accurate assumption. This man is a true investigator. Mighty God of Daniel. Yo, him call it.
Yeah.
19.
Look for
including intelligence.
Look for the man facial expression and look for Byron and your wife. Hey, me say, people, this is an interview with Andy Marshall. Yo.
Am I correct?
He's in charge of the military. The military is in there as well.
Jesus Christ.
The man called Jesus Christ. You don't know say bad. A first time me hear the man saying at the interview Jesus Christ. People, we in a trouble, you know. My Jamaican people, we in a trouble. Andrew Holness is not a normal character. You hear last time in I chat call him Dr. Chopper. I knew him that. Last time, backside, no sir.
And you have your military intelligence operating from that office, and yeah. Now we have a we meaning the people of Jamaica, and I'm pledging my solidarity. We have a problem of organized crime.
Collaboration is key for team success. With ClickUp, you can easily...
The man has declared that we have a problem of organized crime, people.
Yeah. I'm just going to stop short there. There's nothing that we can explain. We don't have... there's a gentleman who used to tutor me when I was a young man. And one of the things that he would say is, you can't deodorize rubbish.
Oh shit!
You can't go to a dumping. You can't go to a dumping site and put 200 liters of the most expensive perfume and say
the man say you cannot deodorize rubbish. So basically, this whole leadership and the way them operate, it stinks of corruption. It stinks of organized crime, and you cannot sweeten it up. It just stinks.
It's no longer a dumping site. It smells nice. It's a nice place to can hang around because you like the smell of the perfume. Yeah, you can like the smell of the perfume, but it still remains rubbish. That's all.
Well, people, there you have it, right? And we brought two of the best minds, and not only two of the best minds.
Mighty God of Daniel, people. That was wow. That was wow.